If I want my family to get better, I don't need to blame situations. I don't need to blame circumstances. I don't need to blame what's happened to me. I don't need to blame the things I can't control. I need to take ownership for that, and I need to choose to make a stand and get firm and say my family is going to be healthier because I'm going to fight for it. Fighting means that when teaching to seek God's wisdom and will for His abilities and talents, that means all of them to teach them those things. That is a constant, that is a never let up, that is always be alert, always be aware, never go on break. Because that is, when I go on break as a parent, somebody else steps into the picture. Something else steps into the picture. The enemy finds a way to get a foothold and step into the picture. You don't have an option as a parent to go on break and say, pause for a bit. It's time to lean in and fight for your families. There's always a phrase, I get a privilege to speak to a lot of people that get married. And I'm always asked for one phrase or one word of advice. And I always say, fight for your marriage. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. What does that mean? Well, it means the same thing when we're fighting for our families. It means that I'm going to dig in when times are tough. I'm going to make sure there's a way of forgiveness. I'm going to make sure there's guidelines in place. And when people are bumping against the guardrail, guess what? I'm going to stand firm because I know that's what God's Word says to do. Same thing in my marriage. I'm going to make sure that those guardrails are in place. It doesn't matter what comes up against it. I'm going to fight. The fighting is standing firm. The fighting is doing what's right when it's easier to check out. The fighting means I'm going to stay the course. And see, the same is true in our relationship with God today. Maybe none of this other stuff lands in your circle. But I got news for you. It's time to fight for your faith. It's time to fight for your relationship with God. Stand firm for those things and don't back down. The enemy wants to destroy you. Sin looks pretty on the outside. Sin looks pretty on the external. But deep down, sin is ugly. Sin is dark. And sin has nothing good for you and your family. It has nothing good for your career. It has nothing good for your future. It has nothing good for this community. Sin will devour you. Destroy your life. So I'm going to encourage you today to fight for those things. Stand firm on God's Word and God's truth. Get involved in a community group. Find a way to get involved in a group. Like, fight for that. Make the time. If you have to block it off on your schedule, block it off. If you have to find transportation, find transportation. Get into a group because it matters for your soul. We cannot do this thing of life on our own. By myself, I'm going to fall every time. But with other people beside me, it's going to be a whole lot better. I'm going to have encouragement. I'm going to have support the whole way.